Sure. The white balance towards the left. How's that? Okay. That's true. When Bogart started working with Bacall, he was the old pro. He had been a star for the last 10 to 20 years, and really he could pick his projects. And when he started working with Hawks and this new young girl, Bacall, he saw a spark in her. And I remember there was a story he told, was acting with her was kind of like playing tennis. She gave as good as she got. So they had a lot of back and forth play, and she said that he actually made her feel more comfortable. She was very nervous during the shoot, and he did everything he could to put her at ease, and he even ended up teaching her how to steal a scene. Oh, and there was a lot of improvisation. It sounds like the script, they shot as much as they could in order, and the script was rewritten almost every day. So in the morning they would get together, go over the script, and see how it sounded. And if it felt natural, then they would get up and walk around and decide where the light should go. So bit by bit, each day, they added to the quality of the film and the story. Yes, that is, I'll just say there is a whistle, yes, in my favorite scene. The chemistry kind of comes together and you can see fireworks in their eyes, yes, during the whistle scene. In fact, anytime the two of them are alone together, watch it. It's delicious. There's a lot going on. Spanky. It's Spanky because he's a little rascal. Sorry. Thanks. I hope. I love this movie. Second time's a charm. Oh, Led Zeppelin's song remains the same. Yeah. That's a typical TCM film. Yeah. Yeah. Concert film documentary. Yeah. It's not as good as The Castle, though. It's no, it's okay. I was a long time ago. Hi, Alicia. That was great. That's true. She said that she was shaking so much during the very first scene they filmed was her asking for a match, that the only way she could stop from shaking was to lower her chin, and she would then be looking up at Bogart, and she does that several times through the film, and that became known as her look. And that dance at the end, that was probably just the most delightful scene, because by that time they were already in love, and she was dancing into his arms. That's true. I was lucky enough to meet Lauren Bacall in 1989. We had a nice few minutes together. I got her to autograph some memorabilia for me, and that never left my mind. When Jenny and I were talking about getting married in 2005, we were trying to find a Hollywood connection. And I discovered in my research that in Malabar Farm, which was about 3 hours from Dayton where we lived, they got married on May 21st. And we made some phone calls and arrangements, and we eloped just like they did, and got married at Malabar Farm in the room that they got married. The pastor, who was a friend of ours, was a professional film critic, and we wrote Lauren and invited her to come. She couldn't come, she had commitments in Europe, but she sent us an autographed picture for a wedding gift. They do, and it's a treasure to watch their films again. We kind of relive all our memories, and thank goodness for TCM keeping that all alive. Well, about 5. Yeah, I love him in Big Sleep, Treasure of the Sierra Madre, Maltese Falcon we watch several times a year. High Sierra is great, and then there's a little film called Casablanca. Not projected nitrate, but it's kind of interesting. Where I work at the Library of Congress, a lot of the films we have on nitrate are the negatives. So they're the mothers of all the copies. And the interesting thing about film preservation is the quality of the copies improves about every 20 years. So we had copies we made for television in the 50s, videotape in the 70s, DVDs in the 90s, now Blu-ray, and they keep getting better quality because they can extract more information off the original negatives if they survive. And yes, we have the original negatives for a lot of Bogart's titles. It's a shame that we've already lost about 75% of silent films are gone, and half the sound films made before World War II are lost. Well, I'll agree that it's closer to the book. In the remake, he is married and has children, and in the book, at the end, he dies. But in Breaking Point, they couldn't have John Garfield die, so the film ends with him being taken to the hospital. We don't know if he's going to make it or not. But does it compare to Have and Have Not? To Have and Have Not's a lot of fun, and most of it's the chemistry between Bogart and Bacall, but only about 20% of it is based on the book, so there's a big difference in the stories. Yeah. Thank you, TCM, for everything you guys do. It's great. We appreciate it. Thank you guys for doing this piece and trying to make me look good and smart. I appreciate it. If you're ever in Culpeper, Virginia, I'll give you a tour of the Library of Congress that will blow you away. Oh, it's incredible. Thank you. Last week, oh, thanks. Last week I was packing up Top Hat, Gay Divorcee, original negatives and sending them out to be scanned again to try to get even better quality copies. So yeah, that's my everyday job. Yeah. Oh, and something I wanted to mention to you, Alicia. I had watched a little bit of your Ask Alicia on the web, and when you said that you liked The Castle, I had to stop it and go grab my wife because that's one of our favorite films. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. I used to run a repertory cinema back in Ohio, and when it came out, we played it, and Muriel's Wedding, and all the films that came down the pipeline. But the interesting thing is, last year there were documentary filmmakers at work shooting a film, and the camera woman also worked on The Castle, and she told us stories about making the film. So, yeah, if anybody asks you, tell them that they must be dreaming. Yeah, they must be dreaming. And we're going to Bonnie Doon. We're going to Bonnie Doon. Ah, the Serenity. Yeah. So many fun lines. That's a fun film. Yeah, Jenny played it at the theater and introduced it to over 100 strangers in Culpeper that had never seen it. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you guys, it was a lot of fun. Sure, anytime, I'm available. Bye-bye. Okay, exit out of the browser. There we go.
You sounded great. You really did. Very smooth and comfortable. You got to tell a lot of the stories you wanted to tell.
I hope it went well. We
Oh.
did 27 minutes, wow.
What was that longest pause at the end, where it looked like she was talking?
Well, I was to, just a second, make sure all this stuff is turned off.
We got some.
I don't want to be broadcasting. She had to thank me for coming on and then introduce the next movie, which is going to be Led Zeppelin's.
Yeah, I told you that.
That was just a surprise. And then her hair kept, you know, when she'd move her head, her hair would kind of fluff up, and they kept having her smooth her hair back down. Her cat got in one shot. That's why I grabbed the dog, you know.
He was really good, too.
There were like 3 or 4 different times where she flubbed up her lines and she had to start over. And
You never flubbed up once.
And they told me to just stare into the camera, you know, but try not to be staring. So I'm trying to, like, you know, look a little, move a little. But they got the pictures in,
Good.
but they didn't use any of the. I wish they would have, those scans we sent. So.
Well, they might when they edit it together, you don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but we didn't talk about those photos, so. But anyways, it's a relief that it's over, and I hope that it works well. They were all very nice, very polite.
I'm proud of you. You are smooth.
The one thing I couldn't say, because, you know, I was mic'd live, while you were taking pictures, they kept saying, "What was that?" Because your camera sent out a little, like, red flash before it took a picture, and I couldn't say anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I should probably stop the video.